Hillary Clinton facing a new round of controversies while on the campaign trail this week. First, details emerging from the release of her private emails on Benghazi. There is also the continued criticism over her lack of face time with the media and new disclosures that the Clinton Foundation failed to report up to $26 million in speaking fees for Bill, Hillary, and Chelsea Clinton. Here for a fair and balanced debate, former Ohio Congressman and Fox News contributor Dennis Kucinich and John Hart, the editor-in-chief of Opportunity Lives. Good to see you both, gentlemen.
Great to be with you. Thank you.
All right, Congressman, I'll start with you. Is it better for the Clinton campaign at this point that, a year and a half out, this is getting out there, she can address it, or it dies a quiet death? Either way, better for the controversy to surface now?
Well, the emails relating to Benghazi will not go away, and I just want to share something with you, Shannon. I led the effort in the House of Representatives in challenging the march towards war in Libya, and they had not made a case for it. And the real question is, since Secretary Clinton became Secretary of State in 2009, the committee ought to be looking at the emails in 2009, 2010, and 2011 in the run-up to Benghazi in 2012 to see whether or not the war in Libya was essentially set up, that it wasn't necessary, that the intervention had been planned even before anything happened that could be characterized in terms of the Gaddafi government going after people. There was no evidence whatsoever that they had planned a massacre. So the real question is, what role did Secretary Clinton play in bringing about a war that has been a total disaster, not only for the United States, but the people of Libya and the people of Central Africa? So, that's the real, those are the emails that we want. Go back to 2009, 10, 11, and, it's nice to start to see emails surface for 12, but I doubt that the committee has all of them.
Well, and yes, we all doubt that because we know that the former Secretary of State had her own private server that has essentially now been discarded of those emails. We'll see if that server ever surfaces. But, John, I want to ask you, the former secretary seems very comfortable. In fact, this week she addressed the emails knowing they were coming on the Friday before a holiday, saying, I'm glad to have this out there. I want these things released. I want to get on with the business of, turning around America. So I'm happy to see the emails come, and there won't be anything there that I have any problems with.
Sure, Shannon. Well, first of all, I think Dennis Kucinich was right back in 2008 that Hillary Clinton should not be the next president. And I think what he was getting at, and even in his comment, is that she has a problem of disclosing information. And Hillary's scandals, the Emailgate and Benghazi, are potentially bigger than Bill's scandals because the average person, I think, understands what they're about in a more obvious, direct way. The impeachment scandal with Lewinsky, a lot of people dismiss that as just a mere indiscretion. Whitewater, well, that was a land deal, but what did that ever mean? No one understood what Whitewater was about. And Hillary's scandals are on a different magnitude. With the Emailgate, there's a show me the server argument that's very powerful and very potent. And what that is about fundamentally is an effort to avoid accountability. Benghazi is about a dereliction of duty. Those are both scandals of a great magnitude, but I would caution Republicans to not rely too heavily on scandal going into 2016. And I don't think our candidates are going to do that. We've made those mistakes in the past. In 1998, there was a famous exchange where my old boss, Tom Coburn, went to Newt Gingrich and said, look, we need to mobilize our base. We need to motivate our base with a positive agenda. And Newt said, well, Clinton's already done that for us. And so that didn't work very well in 98. We lost seats. So what we have to do is keep this in perspective, raise the issue, ask the hard questions, show me the server. But at the same time, lead with a positive, hopeful agenda, and that's exactly what we're trying to do on Opportunity Lives and with our video on Comeback, which is about people overcoming obstacles across the country.
Yeah, I think folks agree that any campaign, either side of the aisle, to be successful has to include all of those elements. Congressman, I want to finish up with you by asking, do you think that these different various scandals or potential scandals provide an opening for someone like Martin O'Malley or for Senator Sanders?
Well, I don't know Governor O'Malley, but I know Bernie Sanders for many years. I think he's a very solid candidate in that he will give Secretary Clinton a run. But I do not, at this point, I don't think the emails have yet penetrated to where the Democratic base is particularly concerned about them. But I will say this. If that committee expands its probe and goes into emails relating to the Secretary in 2009, 2010, and 2011 with respect to Libya and the cause of war. If the American people find out that we were led into a war based on lies, again, and based on misrepresentation, that could be a game changer. And that's why, the committee ought to expand its reach, go into, because you don't get to Benghazi unless you invade Libya. And that I would recommend, as a former chairman of an investigative subcommittee, would recommend that the committee expand the search for emails going right back to the beginning of the Secretary's service to our country, and begin in 2009, everything related to Libya. And then you get a clearer picture. Then you get a context with respect to Benghazi.
All right. Former Congressman Kucinich, John Hart, thank you both for your time.
Thank you.